All right, we're back for the third attempt here. Let me know if you can hear me before I get too far on here. The stats are looking good now all of a sudden, so hopefully we're good this time. And if you guys are hearing me and seeing me, sweet. So I guess we'll do this abbreviated and all sorts of painful this time. Cool. Well, welcome everyone back, and thank you for sticking it out with me. It's been a frustrating 30 minutes or so trying to troubleshoot stuff here. I didn't actually do anything different this last time other than give it more time, I guess. I was checking bandwidth stats, upload and download were great on the internet connection. Shouldn't be a problem. So I don't know what was going on, but it looks like it's good now. So I guess I'll get some building in and try to bring my stress level back down. So anyway, hello. It is Saturday night. We're back at it. Should hopefully still have time to get these Gatling guns done at least, and we'll see how far else we get. Like usual, before I get into this, number one, please hit that like button. It always helps. It'll be interesting to see how many people show up tonight now that we had that multiple failed false starts, unfortunately. But I guess the people that matter the most are the ones that are here. So really appreciate all of you sticking it out. And also remember, we do have that live 10 code active tonight, as we usually do on a Saturday night. And so hopefully if you guys are looking to grab anything tonight on the website, you'll have a chance to take advantage of that code and save some money. It'd be great. So I'm gonna head through the chat real quick, catch up, and then we'll get into the building and all the good stuff. So let's start back at the beginning. What's up, Gunpla Viking? G-Ming, third time's a charm. It seems like it is. What's up, Andrew Reeve, Rayguns, Leath1, RDD End, Dragly Official. Sounds like a new name. Welcome. Crazy Rabbit, Kyle Dixon, Adam Ansar. Well, his music this time, so that's a good sign. So you guys are probably seeing blank screens and hearing nothing. I saw warnings before I even took it out of the start mode that first time, and that's what led me to do some stuff, and then it just all dropped, and I knew everything was going foobar at that point. What's up, Andrea C, Scott, Jason Galloway, Dylan Dull, Pockets, Kyle Dixon, Leath1, I already said hello to you. What's up, Buster, Innocence of Heart, hello. Also seems like a new name, I think. Welcome. Cole Smith, Ganoob, Erfig, Weeks K. What's up, Kyle? Rafael Guzman. What's up, Bruce Brown, Tenacious Dilly, Jay Punisher, Matt Whitmer, David Codd, anyone else new? What's up, RDD End, Keith, Rizik Breaker, what's going on? Henry Sandoval. We have one DSL, man. I'm actually on Comcast. I've got a pretty heavy duty plan too, because I upgraded it back when the business was fully out of the house. So I've got massive download, not bad upload either. It's a Boss HB. What's up, Trinity Whitfield, Daniel Patton, Michael Dussert. What's up, Cody Ratliff, Orlando, Shoppers Network. Who's your internet service provider? We're with Comcast. I don't like Comcast, but they seem to be the good option around here for what it's worth. Kyle Dixon's Sideshow had issues all week too on their streams. Interesting. I wonder if it must be like a YouTube thing, because my connectivity here is pretty good right now. We just watched a movie downstairs, streaming it off of Amazon Prime or whatever. No issues, but apparently issues up here. What's up, Isaac? Rick Henriquez, Sean Klingel. What's up, Billy Omer? Missed last weekend's stream because I was moving, but I'm here now. Well, welcome back, Billy. Glad you made it this time. What's up, Lord Tiger? What a ride, what a ride. Okay, oh, hey, technical issues just a minute ago. Yeah, the last 30 minutes we're trying to get the stream up. Third try here. What's up, George? Guys, what do you have when you want to build, but you don't have the drive to? And you got to find something you're interested in, change it up. Maybe find something that's less pressure to accomplish something. Can be fun. So Chris C, Guillermo, let's see, Arian Sayao, something like that. If you can give me a heads up on how to pronounce that, I'd love to hear it. That's definitely a multiple consonant sounds like that are always interesting. What's up, George? My Saturday night felt empty. What's up, Patrick Dembeck? What's going on? Evening been weeks. Jake. All internet providers are the worst. Is pretty much true. Already I missed last week because I was camping. I got this Haro competition. What's up, Travis Phipps? Okay, so I'm gonna get building and let's talk about the Haro competition. That'd be a good place to start tonight. So we're doing on the Discord, kind of spawned by some conversation last time. Just like Halloween builds was kind of on the plate there. So I kind of took from that we should make Haro lanterns. Basically take a Haro and, you know, Halloween it up. So I think that was kind of the impetus to do that. So we're on the Discord as a skill builder. We're gonna have people take Haros and do whatever to them to kind of fit that Halloween theme. Sean, anyone else here going to ValleyCon and Chickpea Mass tomorrow for a competition? I am not. I don't know about anybody else. I will be in Manchester for GraniteCon a week from tomorrow, I think, which should be fun. I'm probably going to enter something more just to try entering something. I know I'm not going to win, but document that process of entering an IPMS competition. What's up, Chemistry Uploads? Oh, back now. Welcome. Greenheart. Hey, what's up, fellas? What's going on? We're not doing too bad. We're at 57 right now. Not bad considering all of our troubles. That was a way to move the Haro kits out of the warehouse too. I mean, that is a nice side effect potentially, but I don't think we're actually selling that many because of the contest. We've had so many Haros for years. I overbought like years ago. It doesn't hurt to move them, but that really wasn't my intent behind it this time. Usually when we do a skill builder, we do some sort of skill builder sale on whatever materials people will need, or like if there's a specific type of kit, especially like when we've done we did 30-minute missions one, we put 30-minute mission stuff on sale just to make it easier for people who maybe don't have any of that stuff lying around to get what they need. It's trying to help out there. And in this case, I was not planning on doing a skill builder this early, but with the Halloween idea, Halloween is going to be upon us pretty soon, so it seemed like the time to do it. But at the Manchester competition as well. Next week we'll see you there, Sean. Are you building the heavy arms and the Swalt version? Yes, this is the heavy arms custom. Get it back on screen over here. Been working on it. We're doing the weapons now, so hopefully this will be the last stream where I work on this for a while. We'll put it away and pull it out when it's time to do decals, maybe. So the question, any chance there'll be a MG Faz for a car restock in the future? I'm sure there'll be a chance. I haven't really looked in detail about the stuff that they have an order due on Wednesday. So that big order will be a chance there that there's some. I forget if I saw any when I was looking through it. Fair, I just wanted to make a little joke. Gotcha. I just want to I want to make sure it's clear, like if I were doing it just to move the stuff, I definitely would. Or if that was one of my intents there, I would say it. But that wasn't really the plan. Don't want people thinking I'm doing stuff purely to move product. And it seems like the stream finally decided to work. It did. We're finally back. We do Halloween next year too. It's a good theme for a contest. We'll see what happens this time. Big order win. So we place our biggest orders with Bluefin quarterly. And so the order is due Wednesday, and the items will be for delivery January, or production January, February, March, I think, of next year. Artist topic. Hey, what's up, artist? Lord Tiger, do you have any plans for a free shipping threshold? Not immediately. I know we will be reevaluating our shipping pricing structure at some point once I get a little bit more bandwidth and a little bit more free time, because I've been absolutely slammed lately. I'm so overwhelmed. It's hard to describe. But I do want to look at that, because I think our top shipping tier will probably get cheaper for at least continental US by a little bit maybe. And we might be making some other adjustments too. But I really need to be able to put the time in to do a deep study and figure out what we can afford, what makes sense, what our costs are at, things like that, before I make a big change like that. Whenever I've thought about doing free shipping, I don't know if anybody big is doing free shipping anymore, because shipping is costly, and as those orders get bigger, we're already spending way more than what we charge for shipping. So, when you get an order and you see a $13 shipping charge, you very well might be getting something that costs $40 or $50 to ship. And so that comes out of our profit margin on everything else that we sell, or everything that you ordered. And so the margins aren't really that deep, to the point where I think you could place a large enough order where you would get free shipping if we were to arbitrarily make some threshold for that, and it would actually cost us all of our margin or whatever. We wouldn't actually make any money on the order. I have to reevaluate that as I figure out more, but that was what I figured out last time I looked at shipping and why I didn't do that. Chance on getting in more display electric sanding pens. Yes, we will be getting more of those. Which Gundam from Wing Gundam and the Swalter Wing do you think will get an RG treatment next? I thought there was some rumors about an Epion real grade. I don't know if that was true or not. That could be next. The cargo issues are resolved in Q1. Probably not, but hopefully they get better. Any news on a new minion? I've got 2 follow-up interviews on Tuesday. So hopefully that will get me either narrowed down to 1, or at least get me close to narrowing things down. And I got to contact other people still too. Cheaper shipping would be a nightmare to have more incentive to buy new kits. New Type still has free shipping for orders over $99, I believe. But you've looked at New Type's prices, right? A lot of their kits aren't, at least last time I looked, they're not as competitive on pricing. I could be wrong now because I don't browse their website every day. But a lot of their base prices are more expensive, and that's why they can afford to do free shipping. Which means if you buy one thing, you're not doing as well. But if anyone has more experience there, whatever. Wouldn't expect free shipping from anyone besides Amazon, who basically own all the shipping at this point. Glad you're shipping to Alaska, isn't that bad? Alaska's rough, and Hawaii's rough. Most of the markets have free shipping thresholds, although with slightly higher prices on kits. Yeah, so it's a price thing, right? I could charge more and reduce the shipping charges, or I can keep the shipping charges higher and charge less for the kits, and it can go either way. Hopefully no SurePost or Smart Post shipping. I have terrible luck with both of those. Definitely never doing those unless they change. Again, with a fan pull. Okay with $13 shipping since 2 of the 3 kits I just ordered yesterday are 10 to 15 more on Amazon. There you go. G-Wings over a cog going to be restocked this year. I don't know about this year. There's still New Type is still high in price. There you go. You got to look at everything: shipping costs, price, and then taxes is a big one too. Like we don't charge sales tax to anyone, and I'm sure there might be other stores that won't charge you sales tax depending on where they are and where you are. But I do know that we don't charge sales tax on anything for anyone because we're in New Hampshire. New Hampshire has no sales tax, and New Hampshire has some laws that are very protective of New Hampshire-based businesses against sales taxes from other states that, I don't know, I'm willing to be the test case on if it comes to that, and I'm sure New Hampshire or people here will back me up on that. So let's see. I think Japan is. Yeah, some places are not as great on prices. How about we talk about something? Oh, someone else asked, I think I missed it. Will the new hire help lower the craziness for you? It should. That's the plan. It might take a while for that to take effect. No sales tax is awesome. Yeah, it is. We have no income tax here either, so that is also a cool thing. If you've ever thought about moving to New Hampshire, that is one of the nice perks of being in New Hampshire. Living in New England, I usually get my stuff the next day after Mecha Warehouse ships. I appreciate the quick packing, shipping out more than anything. No sales tax, yo, moving over to New Hampshire. Yeah, no sales tax, no income tax. We've got a fairly high meals tax, I think, probably because they're trying to get revenue from tourists, because there is a bit of like a vacation industry here in New Hampshire. We have higher than typical property taxes, I think, but that's also an interesting comparison whenever I've looked at it. I grew up in Massachusetts, and I think I pay similar property tax to like what my parents would have in New Hampshire or in Massachusetts. And I think part of it's just the property values aren't as high as some of these other places, so it's not as simple of a trade-off. With the weekly updates and the vid of the open house. Thanks, Dylan. Glad you liked it. Your price is the best online take for someone who scans prices daily. Thanks, Ray Guns. Fabio, hey Nick, are you going to do anything special for Black Friday or Christmas as far as discounts? We usually do a Black Friday sale. We try to make it our best sale of the year. I haven't gone through all the details yet this year, but we might do something similar to last year where we had it was like 15% sale and some further discount codes thrown into the boxes for people that purchased, so you had a chance of getting, you know, a 20% code or another 15% code to use later on in the year, which was pretty cool and was pretty popular. But I got to figure out if we're going to do that again. What's negative about living in New Hampshire since no sales tax or income tax? I don't know. I don't know if I can really think of one. I love it here in New Hampshire. It's I don't know. I like it. I guess the big downside is snow, unless you love snow. We have winter, which is good and bad depending on your personal preferences. No sales tax in 8K either. Nice. Is there no sales tax on brick and mortar stores either? Correct. Is there any update on the Mandalorian pre-orders that were supposed to come in September? We've only received the special coating version of the Razor Crest. The other ones, I presume, are shipping soon, but I don't know for sure. Nothing to do in New Hampshire. There's plenty to do. Like all the heroin they're selling in Manchester and Nashua. Really though, there's some good stuff to do around here. Northern New Hampshire, if you like skiing, it's probably not like Midwest, like Colorado skiing or wherever those other places that are big. I've heard serious ski fans like those places, but if you like skiing and snowboarding and winter stuff, hiking, things like that are naturally pretty good here in New Hampshire. First resin with a statue figure kit. So this is my first resin Mecha. Cool. I'll get some stuff in NC. Get my stuff in NC in a few days after ordering. Yeah, East Coast times are usually pretty fast. West Coast is a little harder. Where's the Old Hampshire located? I think that's probably somewhere in England. Old England. There's a lot of places around here are named after things in England. How can you complain about the shipping when there's a 10% code that literally saves the shipping amount? It's literally paid for. There you go, Joseph. Half my office is based out of New Hampshire, and from what I can tell, they have nothing to do besides standing around in the woods. Build Gunpla. That's all you really need, right? There's definitely things to do. It just depends on what kind of things you're into. If you like city life and stuff like that, it's not the place for you, though. Only thing I can see as a negative about New Hampshire is that most of the houses are haunted, at least according to popular media. You get taxes because you have nice roads that are free. So we're gonna put an expiration date and any coupons you put out. Yeah, definitely coupons or expirations this time around. Just so I don't have to worry about tracking them for years to come. Back from work. Didn't miss the stream for once. New Hampshire sounds like here in the Poconos. Same issues, but we also get taxed because tourism. Seafood. We can get down into like mass too for seafood. Like to me, seafood here in New England, like I don't think of New Hampshire as a place for seafood. I think of Cape Cod as a place for seafood, but like Portsmouth is on the coast, so there's some good stuff. It was an hour from Boston with lots to do as well. I love living in New Hampshire. It's true. You can always go down to Boston for shows and stuff. What's up, Nos Fox? What's up, Foggy? Trying a Motoroid kit for the first time tonight. Plastic quality definitely doesn't feel as nice as Bandai's. Nothing ever does. You keep the boxes, runners, and instructions from completed builds. I do, Billy. I put the manuals in I've got like a binder with protective sleeves that I put my manuals in. The boxes I've been saving. I think I'm going to start cutting box covers and art to maybe hang or something starting soon, because there's more boxes than I want to have. So the other day online, there's chrome markers and panel pens. You buy those to sale. We've got some of that kind of stuff either in or coming. See, Heavy Arms is on the mat tonight. Nos Fox, it is. Still working on the Heavy Arms custom. Hopefully wrapping that up tonight. Can't wait to build one of those Ava units. The black one where it goes wild is a favorite of mine. USA started charging taxes, which sucks. Shipping and taxes like $22 plus. Rough. Might just watch the new movies. Interesting, Nick. You sound like you did a keg stand on a coffee keg recently. I'm just all amped up from the issues we had. If you missed the beginning of the stream, we started like 3 times. This is our third start. The first 2 we had dropped packets left and right and couldn't really get the stream going. So I think I'm just really revved up from all that. But it's good. It's better than me being asleep, which is how I felt right before starting to get tired. Where I'm in CT is very much seafood area. I could eat seafood every day if possible. Think of building any RG kit soon. Maybe the RG Tall Geese or Tall Geese 2 I think I want to use for a diorama at some point. I've got a few others in the backlog, I think, but I'm not a huge RG fan. Making all my box art covers into a binder right now. Actually, it only took 2 years to think to do it. Nice. P-Band GM kits that went live on the 7th disappeared ASAP. I was so bummed out. Bummer. Love the binder idea. I had to pack away all my kits recently, so I'm glad I kept most of the boxes. Feel nice. Nick, do you build tank, plane, ship stuff besides Gundam? I haven't in a long time. I think I built a plane when I was young, and I also built a ship when I was young. I couldn't tell you. I think the ship was like a aircraft carrier. I didn't paint it or do anything fancy with it. It just kind of sat and collected dust. And I couldn't tell you what plane it was that I made. I might have tried a car too or something, but I haven't done anything with that recently. But that was probably over 20 years ago. CT, clam fritters, and lobster rolls. Are you going to consider selling aftermarket kits such as Supernova or Daban? So I've considered it a lot. Most likely I won't, because technically they are infringing on IP and are doing something that is technically illegal pretty much everywhere, in that they're stealing somebody else's property in order to make and sell their stuff. Daban more so than Supernova, because a lot of their kits are just like stolen molds essentially, where they remold the runners. Although I think they might be getting away from that, but so we'll never do that unless something drastically changes. If they were to get licensed or something, we would probably carry that stuff. But while they're stealing, I don't think we can do that. Same reason we don't ever do like stickers with straight up Gundam images on them, because we don't own the rights to those images, and unless we were to get permission, then we likely won't do it. Because a lot of people, even you do weapons last. Most probably do. The instructions say to do it that way, so that's kind of why I did it that way. I'm gonna keep the box cover anyway, so I really like that binder idea. Nice. An interview with Charles from the Gunpla Shoppers Network. Thanks, Keith, for bringing that up. I was going to say that. I think that went live tonight, right? Sat down, was it like a little over a week ago, I think, with Charles. Did a little interview. I haven't watched the final product, but I guess I was there when it was recorded, and it was a nice conversation. I'm glad I did it, and you should totally check it out after the stream or this weekend sometime, and leave some cool comments over there. We gotta represent. Kind of is all about stealing someone else's suits and parts. It is, but business is about doing things ethically, I think. What standing grids do you progress through? So I use 400, 600, 1000, and 1500, I think they are, give or take. Okay, it's 9:30. So it'd usually be when we do our second draw, but I guess it's our first. Since we had all the technical issues. So we're gonna draw for 3 prizes. A little bit smaller viewership right now because of all the technical issues. So we'll use the second draw number range, which would be a number between 1 and 500. So you can put a number in the chat between 1 and 500. Remember, 1 number per person. Do not delete or change your number. And we'll draw in a few minutes. And remember, we only ship to US addresses, so keep that in mind as well. Let's see. Artist, topic, how long were you selling Gundam kits? We were officially Mecha Warehouse in April 2019, and but we were technically started selling them late 2018. Like very late 2018. Like eBay, Amazon, and a few other places, Instagram, selling direct, doing all that kind of stuff. Okay, I need runners K. I need to do this 4 times. Slippery slip with IP, yeah, conversion kits, as far as I feel comfortable going because Bandai doesn't offer it. Yeah, some of those resin kits I think are okay. As long as they're not, like, to add detail to something and adding extra parts, I feel like is probably fine. Kind of like decals seem to be kind of fine. But there's a little gray area there. There's a lot more gray area when it's a full kit or a full redesign of something. Then it's like just outright stolen, and that's not quite as cool. I think I like where the nubs are on these Gatling guns. I think they're all going to get covered when they get packaged up, so I don't have to clean the nubs super carefully. Which is pretty awesome. HG Rick Diaz, definitely need our RG or MG. Nice. I started building right after you became Mecha Warehouse. Cool, Nos Fox. I feel like I remember you pretty much as long as I've been doing this. Seeing you on Instagram and stuff. Recently finished the RG Wing Gundam Zero on this wall. It's nice. Wings were getting seriously giving me hell. Nice. my son and nephew build the EG RX-78 US version earlier, panel line them, and add some metallic paint to the shield and face plate a few days ago for them too. Very cool. Other really interesting thing coming up, we'll be posting our pre-orders this week, hopefully, now that we finally got some order confirmations. It's about the time I made my first order from you. Nicely, Athwan. What are the prizes tonight? Adam, great question. We've got 3 prizes up tonight. We have a HG RX-78 GPO1 FB, which is kind of cool. It was donated by Erfig, who I think I might have seen in the chat today. Maybe not. If you're around Erfig, definitely raise your hand for us. We also have an Alto Red, courtesy of Mecha Warehouse, obviously, and a Disbay circle cutter that was damaged in transit, or the box was, courtesy of Disbay. They told me to give it away since it was damaged. Can't wait to get the artifact kit I ordered. It looks so cool. They do look cool. If I finish all this stuff, there's a chance I might pull that out and play with it. Never painted before. They're hard. I'm interested in painting my kits. It's not that bad. Putting down the US gun on my Target. I feel like I'm cheating on Mecha Warehouse, but since it's a store exclusive, I think it's okay. Might not land much of a discount, but possibly get a cheaper pickup if you are a daily. Oh, here we go. Was out at dinner, but shipping is kind of my thing. If you're happy with UPS but want to try and deal a little cheaper, you might get quotes from FedEx or DHL and then talk to your business rep. Yeah, so I've tried quotes. So far, we get our best deal by using the Shopify rate. Shopify basically is a much bigger negotiator than we are at the moment, and they get a really good rate. And when we've tried going direct, they couldn't match it for us. Target accidentally released all the new kits early. I didn't think it was accidental or even necessarily an issue. Okay, so where's my phone? Let's draw some random numbers here. I feel like FedEx has more issues, generally speaking, than UPS from what I've seen. But that might just be my own experience. So put time up in the chat. I was really hoping for the battle log kits to Target, but I haven't heard anything about the command Quanta. We're going to be getting all that battle log stuff in, so if you can wait, our pre-orders for that will be up early next week once I process all the stuff. I think we're getting that one. So the American entry grade, you definitely want to grab a Target if you want one, because we won't be getting that. But the other stuff you can probably wait on if you don't need it now. Maybe you need it now. Okay, first up for the GPO1 FB. Oh, there's our fig. GPO1 FB is $290. The circle cutter is $254, and our Alto Red is $201. $290, $254, $201. You're doing it right then. Larger brokerages do a great job in that. Wasn't sure if you're running it by yourself or if you're going through someone. Yeah, we basically went through them since the beginning through Shopify. At some point, maybe we will be able to negotiate our own rates directly. But when we got our UPS account, we tried running things and everything got more expensive. And I'm sure if I did enough, it would move down the table or whatever. But until they're ready to deal and start me at the place where I need to be, it doesn't make sense. No winners. It sounds like no one is a winner this time. If not, no big deal. We will draw again a little bit. There's 290, 254, 201. Searchlight looks like the Disbay, I think you got the wrong number. Any news on the Eclipse? They haven't shipped yet. That's about all I know. Fabio thinks he got 201. Let's see. No, Fabio, you did not. What did Fabio pick? Oh, 207. Oh, and he still got it. I guess I'm behind. Mr. P-Bad, I Stormbringer before it sold out. Anyone snag one? How many other kits have you gotten other grade treatment aside from the Eclipse? I have never heard of that sort of thing happening before. I'm not sure I understand the other grade treatment statement. Starting late to the stream. What do I miss? You missed the stream starting up all weird and having trouble to begin with. FedEx Ground can have issues depending on the individual contracts. FedEx Express is done first party. FedEx Ground is done by contractors that own the routes. Ups and downs there. That makes sense. It's a smart model if you're trying to build a big logistics operation. If you can essentially outsource some of your stuff, but I could see where that could create some consistency issues. All right, 2 barrels down, 2 to go. Catch you later, Nick. Heavy Arms is a fun build no matter which one you get. Thanks, Nosfox. Have a good evening. Thank you for stopping by. That's sort of stuff that has minimal business impact. You'd think PS is done all by them. Downside can be where they come away, more belts moving, parcels to designated areas. We pay the people decently though, so usually there's a bit more care. Yeah, I was surprised when I found out kind of what the really experienced UPS drivers can make. It is a solid career path if you don't mind what's involved with doing that. Where'd that go quick out from tonight? Thanks, Sean. Cool. Hope you enjoy it. Any good movies lately? It's a great question. So I'd say the best movie I've seen recently was one called Archive. It's kind of a sci-fi, almost like a think piece, I'd say. It was interesting twist ending. I don't want to give away much more than that, but it was a good movie. Worth seeing if you're into sci-fi and some robots and stuff in it. It was pretty cool. Do giveaway with the RG Banshee Norn? I don't know. Depends. We don't give away many RGs. Like you say that you all don't have tax. I might have heard that wrong, but just curious. Yeah, there's no. New Hampshire has no sales tax, and so it is my belief that when we're doing business with you, we are doing business from New Hampshire, and therefore we don't need to charge you that sales tax. Other states may disagree, but they got to take that up with the state of New Hampshire based on some of the laws that are written here in New Hampshire. And I guess we'll sort that out if anyone ever feels it necessary to challenge that idea. I think we're small fry in the grand scheme of things, and they probably won't make us a big test case because it's not worth it to them. But if they do, we'll just deal with it then. There's probably much bigger retailers in New Hampshire worth going after. New Hampshire is also great. There's no income tax either. There is a business enterprise tax and a self-employment tax, I think, of some sort, but they're tiny, and they only count after a certain level of income. For SurePost and SmartPost, those both start in UPS and FedEx's systems, but transfer to the post office at final mile deliver. It's cheaper, but more hands, more potential issues. I've heard of tons of issues with that stuff. I'd rather just go direct UPS for that smaller stuff because the pricing doesn't seem to actually be, at least when I was having it quoted, it didn't actually seem to be cheaper than what it cost to ship those smaller items just via the post office directly. They might help with your volume numbers with UPS or something, or FedEx, but they weren't cheaper for us. Probably because we weren't doing enough business. That's how I thought about it. Should work, but legal precedent disagree. Something about sphere of influence not being limited by physical location. So we'll see how that goes, David. I don't think anyone's going to go after me for it, but if they do, the state of New Hampshire has a law where other states have to contact the Attorney General's office, I believe, something like 45 days before they would ever be able to contact me, and that gives the state the chance to come up with their legal argument and shoot holes in whatever law that the other state's trying to enforce before they do. That doesn't mean that it won't play out that way, but as a constitutional law thing, that's how it sits right now. And I'm welcome to figure that out if it comes to that, because I don't think my liability is so high that we're going to go under if we had to fight it or whatever. But it's a risk I'm taking. Sounds like I should move to New Hampshire, though. It makes me nervous what teachers make. New Hampshire's a good place to live, in my opinion. Glad to hear that you're back. Yeah, it's New Hampshire's a cool state like that. Never had issues with USPS, but that wasn't resolved. UPS and FedEx are different monsters. I've had issues with open boxes and very reckless methods of delivering them, like leaving my boxes in puddles. That's always great. Nick, you're a software developer before starting this business. Do you think about your previous job helps your current business? Absolutely. Not necessarily because of writing software directly, but just the problem solving. You have a project, let's break up this big problem into small problems and figure out how to solve them is a big thing when running a business, and I think that gives me, I'd say, a little bit of an advantage. Any updates from Despair regarding the converter for the curing oven yet? Not yet. I pinged them earlier this week. I think they said they were on vacation or something, or closed this week, or there's a holiday or something. So I'm hoping for an update early next week on the voltage converters for that, the curing oven. Mad props, Nick. I've watched many Gumpo sellers try to make it out of the house for years. You did it in a few years. Yeah, thank you. I think I got kind of lucky with circumstances and, I don't know, doing the right thing at the right time, and it worked out well. And technically, Mecha Warehouse, existing as Mecha Warehouse, only was in the house from April 2019 to August 2020, so, and the time before that we weren't really all that big or doing all that much stuff. Mostly blame Office Depot and Staples for the price hikes. They were shipping single thumb drives in 36, 24, 18 boxes. Took up a ton of space, so volumetric shipping took over instead of just by weight. Why would they ship? Oh my god. Oh, so they ruined it for the rest of us. How much does real grade Banshee Norn cost? I don't know off the top of my head, and I'm trying not to look up stats, but I'm sure if you go to mechawarehouse.com and search for it, you'll find what the price is, because it is on there. Nick, any Digimon kits coming in or on the list to order by any chance? I think there were. I think there's some on the confirmed orders that we just got. I just don't recall off the top of my head which ones they were. but we'll be trying to put that information on the Discord in the coming days and weeks as I get through it all. To join the Discord, you definitely, if you're a customer of Mecha Warehouse, you should definitely be on the Discord. Anyone who is should, because there are so many nice things on there. Bunch of insider information, awesome community, things and dent deals and stuff. The first time I shopped with you was back in December 2020 for the UC sale you had. Got the Gyan and Silver Bullet suppressor. Nice. More. Supposedly pleased to see a Discord invite. The Discord is great. I wish I could say it was my fault that it's as good as it is, but I think I got lucky there as well. We have an amazing community, and I firmly believe it's one of the best communities on the internet for Gunpla related stuff. Not familiar with Discord much, but I'm tech savvy, so I'll pick it up fast. Yeah, it's basically like, I'd say like a modern version of, old school IRC. It's a pretty cool platform. We're hearing about Mecha Warehouse after I got sick of Amazon pricing, was desperate for the HG bail. Glad I got to use it and have it thrown into the spotlight submission. Nice. Like Reddit. I mean, Reddit's more like a forum with some slightly different than normal forum features, I'd say. But Discord is more like a chat room. It's kind of like IRC, which was IRC the... Yeah, IRC chat. A lot like Slack, if you're familiar with that. Yeah, it's like Slack. I just hate apps that send constant dings. You can turn off notifications on Discord and kind of tweak it to your likings. You can say, I don't want to get notified for certain channels or what have you. Oh, UC, HGUC is you. Okay, I gotcha. Great people in the Discord. Slack, but 10x better and not costly. We're gonna pop up on Facebook. One of a few times I actually investigated their ads. Shoot, haven't heard IRC in a while. Anyone old enough to still remember their IRC number? Maybe is IRC what I'm thinking of? What was the old the chat app right there? I guess IRC was IRC the like was kind of like AIM but asynchronous, which I mean I guess is still kind of like what we're talking about, but it's more like peer-to-peer. But there was another one. What was the chat room? Not 4chan. MIRC. Okay. What was the one with like chat rooms? You'd go and you'd have it, like it was literally like Discord. Like you just pop in a chat room. You just maybe couldn't see messages from days and weeks earlier. You just see what was there when you were there. It was IRQ was the other one. Man, remembering the early 2000s. Basically being a group text but through an app. Yeah, it's a pretty good way. ICQ, that's it. That was, yeah, so IRC is what I thought it was, and ICQ was the other one. In my IRC, I had chat rooms and also /slap with slaps around a bit with a trout. Oh man, the good old days. You youngins don't know how good you have it. I feel so old. Like, I feel like I used AIM for my normal friends and ICQ for my crazy gamer friends and stuff. And I want to say that was how I did it. So glad you changed your dings and dents from doing them all at once on a day to once a day. It's certainly easier for me weeks because I'm not having to find a moment to just go crazy. And I think it's better for everybody else too. Back in my day, if you wanted to get into a chat room, we had to walk uphill both ways, and we liked it. Very true. Plastic bags on your feet in the snow. 15 miles. You know, I'm late as hell, but hope everyone's had a good time. We're doing good. Farla's welcome. Bigger question, Nick, who was in your top 8 on MySpace? I was never on MySpace. I also was not on Facebook when I was in college, even though it was definitely a college thing when I was in college. I wasn't until well afterwards running businesses that I needed to be on Facebook and started being on Facebook. Dude, I used to do dial-up modem bulletin boards back in the early 90s. Okay, so someone here is older than me. I never did bulletin boards. Dial-up modems I definitely did. Playing MUDs on a dial-up modem was my way of passing time in high school. AOL AIM was social media before it was a twinkle in the Zuck's eye. Basically, do you recommend for the first Gundam kit? I only did plain car models before. Really like the style of the RX-78 too, but I'm kind of puzzled by differences of the MG-RG. Budget is around 60. So HG RX-78's like the HG Revive 191's a good kit. The entry grade is an excellent first RX-78 if you've never done it, but if you've done other models, the master grade is probably better than the real grade in my opinion. Maybe somebody else who's actually built the real grade might know. The MG 3.0 is a solid kit, but pieces like to fall off of it, so that can be frustrating. The RG was the first RG and a lot of people have complained about it. Tom must have been laughing during the FB downtime the other day. It was barely a thing when I was in college. Even PCs that required less than a gigabyte of RAM to run. I remember my Pentium 100 PC growing up that we used to play games on. Old school. Dial-up sucked, but love this sound. We made it for a bit. How goes Nick? Hope everyone as well. Hit that like button to support the stream. What's up, Rocketeer? Things are good. At least they are now. We got a really slow start because of some technical issues, but life is good now. Yeah, Colton posted a cross kit in social yesterday, but I don't see it up on the site. Did that miss cutoff and go up next week? We don't have any yet. I think I posted something that someone did. We'll probably get them at some point, but I haven't seen much Macross. That's the wrong way. We don't have any Macross immediately coming. There's a few other vendors Macross licensed stuff coming from some other places other than Bandai, and I just don't know off the top of my head when we're getting them. Well, first PC was at 46 half chip. It made it late, but I'm here. What's up, Blue Ghost? So MG RX-72 is either the 2.0 for the old school look and most accessories, or the Origin for detail and posability. Bought our first compact computer at Circuit City. I don't think either of those things exist anymore. Back when floppy drive used discs that were floppy. Pentimento 90 for me. Partially HD, the Origin RX-72, but not the same as a classic RX-78 look. Never see many Macross kits because of the problem of all the different companies that own rights. It's a mess. It sounds about right. Ugh, spell check. No worries. I kind of realized that afterwards that was probably just a autocorrect or something. First one, my dad's old Lenovo ThinkPad. That thing was an absolute tank. I loved it. Buying first USB thumb drive in college and paying like $70 for like 256 megabytes of storage. Sounds familiar. Remember my 1 gig thumb drive being very pricey back in the day. Grinding out some Oregon Trail. There you go. Windows 95. I remember Windows 95. I vaguely remember Windows 3.1. And Freeski. Who played Freeski back on the old... I think that was what it was called. Freeski or Ski Free, something like that. That built-in skiing game. First home computer had 8 megabytes of RAM, and I was proud of how much I had. You guys make me feel better. I've been feeling really old the past week or two. Santana was helping me shoot and edit some TikToks this week, and she was saying how natural and easy it felt for her. And I was like, man, that doesn't sound right at all. She's like, I had my phone back in my first smartphone when I was like 16. I was like, damn. I got my first smartphone like a few years ago. He was Freeski and Space Cadet Pinball. I remember Space Cadet Pinball. I didn't really play it much. With the Yeti. Cool, look, I turned 42 later this month. I'm not that old. 31 years old, so growing up, all I saw, all them changes going from dial-up to what we have now is crazy shit to me. Yeah, we've seen quite a bit in the world of Carmen Sandiego. Remember that game? Used to play that in middle school in the computer lab, I think. I think that's like one of the things that we, I don't know if we were like forced to, or was one of our primary things that we could do. I'm still surprised they let us play like Warcraft 2 on the computer lab stuff during school hours. It made a little bit of sense after school. I remember huge LAN games of Warcraft 2 back in the day. Star Wars X-Wing. I never really played X-Wing. I was a TIE fighter player, though. I feel like all I remember laptops having disk drives that didn't have webcams included. Games were my jam. They didn't let us play during school hours, but we just got away with it. I'm pretty sure they let us, or they just didn't care. All right, so let's throw up our next number range here. We still have no winners. I gotta see if I can find a Freeski to download or something. Anyway, let's do our next set of numbers. Let's put a number up between 1 and 250. 1 and 250. One number per person. Do not delete or change your number. And we only ship to US addresses. So if you win, you're going to have to be prepared for that. Any EverQuest veterans here? I never played EverQuest. I was a mud guy though. LAN parties were so much fun back then. Like around your giant computer tower, massive monitor to a friend's house. Half-Life was a lot of fun too. Half-Life was awesome. Half-Life was a big deal for me growing up. That was one I remember reading the article in PC Gamer talking about it when it was going to come out for the first like the first release, and just the idea of what they were trying to do with the original Half-Life was so amazing. So when I finally got a chance to play it, I was all over that, all the original expansions. And then Half-Life 2, I think, was the only game only game in my entire life that I ever bought the day it came out. I was in freshman year of college. I don't know if I skipped class on a Friday to buy it or if I just went after class, and then I'm pretty sure I sat down and played it all the way through. Fueled by Propel, helping stave off motion sickness, headaches, and dehydration from continuous gameplay. In fact, I still have my Half-Life 2 box. You can't see it, I think, in the cameras, but it's like one unit over on my shelf behind me. I still have my Half-Life 2 box on the shelf. Remember Counter-Strike was the game back in the 2000s, I want to say. Yeah, I remember playing like the original Counter-Strike, not the Counter-Strike based off Half-Life 2. Propel, how about Jolt? Never did Jolt. What are your thoughts of Halo? I never really played Halo. I was never really played much, if any, Xbox. I might have held an Xbox controller a few times in my life. Console-wise, is N64, Sega Genesis before that, PlayStation 2, and then I didn't really play any console games after that. G4 Tech TV was a thing, and then I Quake and Unreal Tournament TV. Not really. Wasn't into that. To be around the same. My roommate and I did the same thing. Toward through the campaign, they did Counter-Strike Source for the next year. Never get into Half-Life for some reason. I loved it. Half-Life was awesome. Blue Shift, Opposing Force, right? The other big game, I think, at least big commercial game, was StarCraft for me. Was the other one I played a decent amount of. BattleNet days. Ever playing the old Gundam games like on PS2? I really didn't play all that much PS2 either, to be honest. I think my brothers got more into the console thing than I did. I was more of a PC gamer all the way through. I think Virtua Fighter 4 was the only PS2 game that I played consistently or with any sort of seriousness. Oh yeah, we got numbers rolling in. I should draw those numbers. Conversation is just too much fun. All right, let's put time up in the chat. StarCraft LAN games in my college dorm was a big distraction from homework my freshman year. Nice. StarCraft 2 are my only PC games. And I guess the other one that I really liked that I think is a little bit less common was Tribes, Star Siege Tribes. I don't know if anyone remembers that one. That one was a lot of fun too. Multiplayer, deathmatch stuff. I feel like Tribes, for old PC shooter games, is probably the only one that like emulates like how Gundams would really fight in a lot of ways. I feel like I almost want to someday, like, I think Tribes is freeware now. I kind of want to do like a Discord Tribes tournament, since Tribes was such an old game that I think it would run on freaking anything now. And it's freeware, so it'd be very accessible. Tribes, that OG Unreal Engine. I think Tribes, the original Tribes, was on its own engine. Okay. Where's my thing here? Okay, so drawing 3 numbers. I have no clue what Tribes is, but I want down. So Tribes is a first-person shooter but it was like jetpacks and like all the weapons, like there weren't like instant shot kind of guns, like you'd shoot explosive discs at each other or plasma or whatever. It was team based for the most part, and it was kind of revolutionary at the time because it was one of the first like team based shooters, like team death matches and capture the flag and control the post kind of gameplay, which I think was new back then. That wasn't super common at the time like it is now. Tribes is the predecessor of Titanfall and Apex, I thought. I mean, maybe in some ways, maybe like logically, but I don't think it was. Maybe that skis. Yeah, the skiing was a big thing there. Okay, I need to draw these numbers. I'm getting too distracted by remembering good times. Okay, first one, HGGPO1 FB is 163. The circle cutter is 124. And the Alto Red is number 8. Really low number on that Alto Red. So 163, 124, and 8 are our 3 numbers. Let me know if anyone's a winner, and I will confirm. Most fun I ever had at a Gundam game was the Gundam Maxi Boost verse on Genuine Straight from Japan arcade machine at this convention. Me and this random guy tore it up and drew a little crowd. Awesome. That sounds like an awesome memory. Crap luck again. Don't believe there are any winners this time. Someone double check me on this. We're bound to get a winner eventually here. We got one more draw. We'll drop these number ranges down. And I could just release those to the States with 0 translation. We'll play the crap out of them. Be interesting. Isn't there some talk of a new free-to-play Gundam game for the PC in the works? I wonder how that will be. I haven't played much in the way of Gundam games, but I feel like Tribes was pretty close kind of style game to that. One of these days, maybe when I get some free time, we'll have to do some special Discord community fun or something. Oh man, these Gatling guns making me excited. Only a handful of parts left and we'll put these on. We're talking about how unnatural the mech moves were. They were like humans, not mechas. Oh, it's a bummer. Many hours of Mech Warrior. Story of the Enders was cool. Okay, so next I need J23. Dynasty War Gundams on PS2. It was great. A good hack and slash. That's what got me into Gundam. Cool. Xbox and Switch, so I can't really play any Gundam games. I did get Metroid Dread today, and it's pretty fun. Interesting. I wish I had time for games. And I just dropped a piece. Wish I had more time for things like gaming. I haven't really played much other than the binging something here and there for a little while. I haven't played too many games in the last few years. So Brightest Day. First game I'm trying to get my hands on is SD Gundam G Generations Cross Rays. That was the only way I can game these days. Yeah, I played some dumb mobile games from time to time too. Mostly because I can sit on the toilet or something and turn my brain off for a few minutes. But to sit down and play a game for hours, just not something I have time for. Wish I did. Hey Nick, hey everyone, what's up, Anthony? They're doing it's difficult to build sometimes. It's a bummer. Is that the giant Gatling? These are the Gatling guns for the MG Heavy Arms Custom. Getting close to being finished with these, so hopefully get that done by the stream end. I'll probably just power through these even if I'm not ready by the normal stream end, since we kind of got started a little late. And I don't need to get up tomorrow. My Sunday morning jiu-jitsu crew is either out of town or otherwise occupied, so I'll be sleeping in, spending time with the family, and hopefully getting a project or two done around the house tomorrow. I think, do you have the HG Dagger L? I'm trying to buy one. I can't find it anywhere. I don't think we have any in stock right now. So we know you paint. Could you do a video of your paint builds, paint area setup? I did a video on the channel a little while back that was my work area and collection. So there kind of already is one Blue Ghost. You might want to look for that. I forget when that was. It was probably like a month or two ago. Maybe a good place to start. You ever paint the kits? At times I've tuned it's just snap fit building. I do paint. I've never painted on stream because the compressor's a little loud, and it's 8, 9, 10 o'clock here, and kids are trying to sleep and stuff. Compressor rattling, vibrations. I just don't want to risk waking them up. And it's kind of hard to talk over the noise, talk with the respirator on if I were using that, or talk over the hood and the compressor. So it's just not super convenient for streaming. But when you can just tell the nub is going to get perfectly hidden, even if I still try to clean it up anyways, yeah. Anyone build the HG Cybaster yet? Just ordered one from Nick. Cool. Still buying parts for my PC setup, like the backseat guide too. Have you seen the Supernova Snow White Gundam? I haven't actually. Darth Nick, breathing heavy. You're doing it wrong. Yeah, there you go. And there's that too. I think I'm more subconscious about my painting skills. I shouldn't be. It doesn't really matter, but I haven't done that many painted builds. So there's still a ton I'm figuring out, which I'm sure people could learn from watching me try to figure it out. But it's harder. You need to build a little soundproof box to get over your compressor, like a TQG military generator. Maybe that's the answer. Maybe once I move things up to the attic, things will be quieter up there. Or maybe it'll be worse, I don't know. I've been doing barely any building outside of the streams too lately. I've been just so busy. Odd question. I tried using 3M sponges for sanding, but I think I'm doing it wrong because it keeps getting scuffed after a few passes. Which grits you kicked my dog? There's definitely some issues there. But mostly I end up going over whatever I sand later on with a matte top coat, and that really hides any of the sanding marks for the most part, as long as you don't really scuff it up. You got to be careful with things like the lower grits, like I use 400, but I probably shouldn't. It's more out of habit than anything. But the rougher the grit, the more likely you mess stuff up. Paint by spray can. I want to grab an airbrush soon. Airbrush is definitely the way to go. You pay up front, but it's cheaper in the long run, and I think it's more controllable. You get more options. Same for you use. Yeah, so I'd be really careful, really light with the rough one, and then just gradually transition. So here I'm starting with the 400, the fine, going light with it, and then gradually transitioning. And I think I sand a slightly larger area with each grit so it blends a little bit. And it does kind of look a little bit scuffed. Let's see if I can get that too. I'm not sure if I can get that to focus well. I need a camera that focuses better. But there'll be, you know, ever so slight scratches, but then you put the matte top coat over it and you can't really tell where the scratches were. But if you're having trouble, I'd drop the 400 because that's the most likely to cause you bigger scratches. I think the other ones are more forgiving. Pretty happy with my patch. You don't need to spend 300 or 400 on airbrush to start with. Yeah, the runner, say hello to the bad guy. As long as you acknowledge it, I guess. Alright, so we got those caps on there. You paint, and you don't need to use anything finer than 400 to sand with. If you're not going to paint, I suggest 400, 600, 800, 1000. For a glass file, looking excited to see it work and shine. Very cool. Okay. I need J18 and 14. We'll do the right arm first. You don't need to buy a Harder & Steinbeck to start with. Yeah, you really don't need anything super fancy for an airbrush. I'm sure better airbrushes are better, but you don't need to spend massive amounts. Basically stuck the hobby knives for nub removal on Bandai kits because the recent kits have super tiny nubs. I'm gonna stop by a local hobby shop and pick up some sanding sponges or sticks. Stuff helps. Let's see. Okay. sanding sponges now, but I'm not the biggest fan. I want to try something else. Maybe this sticks. I want to try some of these like gun primer things at some point. Well, I want to try everything, I guess, is really what I want to say, but I really want time first. Razor applause from you, and it's awesome. Nice. Glad to hear it. I pick up the gun primer set. We'll order from Mecha Warehouse, obviously. Well, obviously. One day I'm going to sit down and calculate how much money I spent on kits while ordering more kits. Don't do it, Crazy Rabbit. You only hurt yourself. Just grab the Razor Crest and a seasonally appropriate Haro. Nice. Primarily glass files unless the nub is really bad, right? But need to sand down the whole panel. Problem is they wear down. Display glass files. I'd love to see an in-depth comparison of the display glass files versus the gun primer. I feel like they're like kind of different applications, or you need to be aware of what the application you're going for is, because they might be better or worse for different things. I made my own sanding tools with popsicle sticks, double-sided tape, and wet dry auto body sandpaper. Just picked up some sanding stuff I want to try. Cool. I have plans to at some point do a full up comparison of everything, like all the different sanding sponges, which one's the best option, who makes the best stuff, what's the best value, etc. And create kind of a guide there. I just really need the time, and then, you know, do the same thing with various other sanding implements and try to flesh out and document what all the options are. Someone in the Mecha Warehouse Discord posted a really nice comparison vid from a Gunpla 2, but I can't remember the name now. That's cool. I'll have to check that out if someone can find it. Or if I can find it. I've seen a couple. I think Plasma Therapist did one. Tried both display and gun primer glass files, and I think I prefer gun primer. They just seem to work a little better. It kind of makes sense, right? Gun primer, they basically make glass files. It's like what they do. They have a few other products, but they do glass files. Display, on the other hand, does more general tools, and they just happen to have a couple files. Vinny is the absolute best in the market. Sanding sponges you can spend your money on. It's good to know. I like Infinity. I haven't used any of their stuff yet, but they seem to be a good company. Use the Infinity now. Bought them from Mecha Warehouse a while back. They work nicely, but wear out kind of quickly. The problem with sanding sponges and stuff is that they're consumable. They don't last forever. In theory, at least, your glass file should have a much longer useful life, I think. Straight sheets of 600 to 200 cut to project requirements, just sand and prime. That's sand and prime. Oh, that's super cool. The handle folds in and out. Okay, so I gotta do this side. I think I gotta do separate hands too to mount these weapons. How many Gatling guns can you put on heavy arms before it? Because a Gatling gun holding a heavy arms. I'm not sure. If I had more Gatling guns, I would take the hit for the team to find out. Wish those dual gats came to the mobile game this week for Heavy Arms EW release. Sadly, the game didn't do Heavy Arms justice. That's a bummer. How many Gatling guns? Yes. Yes is an appropriate answer for that question. All right, we are at what would normally be the end time. I'm going to finish this and get these on because I want to wrap this up tonight. So let's do another draw, and we'll probably do one more after this if there's remaining prizes, since we're running a little late tonight. But for this next draw, let's put a number up in the chat between 1 and, let's say 1 and 100 this time. So number between 1 and 100, one number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to US addresses. So keep that in mind. If you're not in the US, you might have to figure that out. And don't worry if your number overlaps with somebody else's number. We've got the challenge coins. We will flip a coin if we need to break a tie. Setting sponges or sticks. The price it wears off and they're no longer effective. Right. Clock sandpaper, sponges, or glass files is to use a magic eraser to clean them off. That's a cool tip. How do you keep your runners while working on a kit, especially when you're just starting on it? So I've been using this last build. I'm using these Tag Art runner clips. They're pretty good. They're not as stable as I feel like they should be. I also haven't tried the little gel stickers that they came with, which probably will make a huge difference, which is probably why they ship them with them. And I could always glue them to like a larger piece of cardboard or plastic or something to give it more stability. But it's been kind of a cool option. Historically though, I've just stacked them and kept track of where they are. This is my first attempt to do something more creative or more better. Use blue tack to clean my sponges. Interesting. Is that Display selling some kind of cleaning slime that is supposed to clean files? Oh, that must be new. I haven't seen that yet. I saw Display selling some kind of cleaning slime. Oh, I just read that one. I am dumb. I am looking forward to sleeping and not having to wake up in the morning. Figure out the flight velocity of a laden swallow yet? I have not. I have not had a chance to yet. That's what I got all week for. I have nothing else important to do, so I will work on calculating the flight velocity of a laden and unladen swallow, both African and European. Just because I want to be thorough. Myself as much trial and error stand out of thin plywood and craftwood. Cool. How'd that work out for you? All right, let's draw some winners. So 1 on 100 this time. Draw number 3. I think anyone here got that Monty Python reference. Apparently. Now I'm also helping me feel old. It's a party people I'm late due to International Fiesta-ing. I'm here. I'm a patient man. With the hot sauce commercial, I put that shit on everything. I got the MP references. Somebody got it. Okay, so 3 prizes left to draw for. First one, number 24. 24 for the GPO-1FB, number 30 for the circle cutter, and number 21 for the Alto Red. Still waiting on that second shrubbery. Did you call time yet? Oh crap. Well, I know from when Artie said, did you call time, that will count as time, because, but now I've called time. Oh man, literally just missed the draw. Bummer, Steven. We'll be probably doing one more. So we got 24, 30, and 21. Okay, I need my hands. Where are the hands? See, 21, 24 were called. I hit 21, so I definitely called 21 though. Cool. So we got some numbers. Let me just find this. Which runner I need? XA. All right, looks like Joseph with 21. So Joseph, you got the Alto Red. 24. Michael Bussert. So Michael and Joseph, you guys can send me a DM or an email at nick@mechawarehouse.com with your contact, shipping info, and we'll send those out this week. And we got one prize left, that disc-based circle cutter. I'm going to cut out these hand pieces I need, get these guns mounted on there, and then we will do one final draw to end the night and see if we can give those away. Doesn't really specify which hand you need. I guess XA2 and 1. What if they sell armature wire and smaller gauge for city income use? Probably. There's gotta be some sort of wire out there. You can buy wire at just about any gauge, so. So Kate, you would like to see RG. I personally like to see RG heavy arms or desk side. That would be awesome. I mean, there's so many things. Seeing people on FB posting pictures from targets on the battle log kits. Anyone get any first 30-minute missions recently? Freaking loved it. I'm gonna stock up more on Black Friday. If Nick has the stock, we probably will. 30-minute missions sell, but they don't fly usually. There's something we're able to keep in stock a little bit better than certain other items, so some good stuff there. Just want to get my hands on the Moon Gundam manga. I love the build of that kit. It comes with an AB52, which is an added bonus. Get more of those newer ones in, the ninja and samurai looking ones. I think we will at some point. I'm not sure. I forget what we got. I think some of them are on the end of year order confirmations. I just don't remember off the top of my head what we got. But I think some of those are coming back around, and then there's at least one or two other new ones that are on their way that are going to be released soon. I think 30-minute Sisters should be starting to hit shelves later this year, or pretty soon actually. I think some are due already, I think. What's the order of operations for putting these on? There's a space. Pornova is my exception for that line. Love that one. Every fine with the odd shoulder connection. For a minute, I didn't think I was gonna make it. That's over. Oh, so how about my help never showed up for work today, and I catered a 65-person party along with regular tuna service with just the owner helping me. Today was tough. Ouch. You guys made it though. You plan on making more special stickers like the repaired one? Sure, we'll be doing more cool stuff always. Just a matter of when. I've got a million products or a million projects rather for Nick, my art guy. This is a pain in the ass to mount. What am I missing? Ow. Boss is a great artist. You should bring him on stream again. That was fun. We had one Nick 2 on. One of these days. Your request not to get stickers? I swear I have a stack of at least 50. Sure, if you drop it in the notes, I will. You don't need to receive a sticker. If you don't want a sticker, just let me know when you place your order, and I will avoid sending you one. Okay, so how are these weapons supposed to mount? I feel dumb. Shouldn't be that hard. Oh, these are backwards, that's why. That makes more sense. Here we go. Good news is I don't think these guns are coming off once they're on there. Man, getting his hand in here is like the hardest thing ever. There we go. Gatling gun on. I'm gonna start slapping my extra Mecha Warehouse stickers around the city and random acts of vandalism. Great. Magnetic mods for hands, maybe. A tough time in those hands too. Glad I'm not the only one. Like, the good news is it should be pretty still. It's the Banksy of Mecha Warehouse. There we go. All right, there we go. Now they're on there. I've got to get everything posed. I think does a pretty amazing job, at least initially here, of holding the Gatling guns up. That's pretty awesome. Need a better angle for this camera. I need to add some detail stuff to this thing, but it is looking cool. Epic music for an epic moment. There you go. I'm just missing the Mecha Red and Mecha Green stickers. Put the MW stickers in the battle log boxes. There you go. Target tomorrow. I'm going to slap a Mecha Warehouse slap somewhere. YOLO. Today, Connecticut man gets arrested and permanently banned from Target. It keeps track of which ones have been sent. You get all eventually. Gats out for heavy arms. All right. So while we're finishing up here, let's put up numbers. We still got a circle cutter to give away. Let's try to give that away. Let's put a number in chat between 1 and 80 this time. 1 and 80, one number per person. Do not delete or change your number. I only ship to US addresses, and we'll pick a winner pretty quick, or if not, we'll roll it over for next week. And I think there was a question or two. Which heavy arms is that? MG. This is the MG Heavy Arms Custom. So this is the Endless Waltz version, which is pretty... the one that actually appears in Endless Waltz anyway. The double Gatling guns and all that good stuff. Been dying for this one forever, and it's really kind of awesome to have it all together finally. I think I'm going to detail paint these Gatling guns in the chest, probably the barrels out here, maybe the tips of all the missiles maybe for some contrast, maybe like gold or silver. I gotta figure out which color I want to do. But then decals, and can't wait to have this thing on display with all that firepower. Figure out what my next project will be for next week. Does this come with the half Joker face? It does. Let me go find that. I skipped over that, I think. So it is J8. I go through and harvest my extra hands and all that stuff too. Oh, heat discolor treatment on the gats would be rad. No, that'd be really cool. It's gonna look great, I think. Nice, cool color with the blue-green. Yeah, I think so. I'm debating. I think at one point I was thinking gold, but silver might be good too. I gotta think about it. So I won't even cut it out now. I gotta cut out all these spare parts, but there is the little half face here. I think there's a sticker to go over it, but there's detail in there. It could be painted, which would be cool. Decide if I want to put that on there. Get the spare hands, and there's tons of spare parts. A lot of spare shoulder parts. There's probably most of another backpack here. More chest gatlings. Shoulder spikes, a different color. More chest gatling parts. A lot of spare missiles. Basically build the shoulders mostly over again, at least the core of the shoulders. But those spare missiles might come in handy for some sort of custom work. Gold works or gunmetal, yeah. Like a bronze or something, I don't know. Alright, let's call time. Let's get these this last number called and checked, and then get the stream done for the night, because I am toast after all the extra fun tonight. Okay, time is called. Number 55. Nope, no 55, but 4 people had 54. Okay. I'll do a redraw, and then if nobody wins this one, then we'll roll it over for next week. 64. Any 64s? I don't think I see one. One time I don't do 55, the one. Bummer. Figures it works that way. Anyone else? No 64? Bummer. Well, we'll roll that circle cutter over for next week. Probably be starting something new next week. I gotta figure out what. Yeah, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for hanging out, especially considering the extra pain we had trying to get started today. And yeah, we'll see you all next week, hopefully. We're doing more giveaways, giving away more stuff, including that circle cutter we couldn't give away today, and all that good stuff. Remember to subscribe, like the stream if you can, if you enjoyed it. And I guess the one other thing I'll say before I go is if you're on TikTok, make sure you go over and follow us on TikTok, and maybe drop a question in the Q&A queue over there, because we're going to be doing more stuff over there. And otherwise, see you all next week. Thanks once again. Have a good evening, good rest of your weekend,